60 years of human history, frozen in a shell of oxidized steel. You are looking at a relic of the Golden Age, a 1965 Ford Mustang, currently claimed by rust and silence. But look closer. Behind these crumbling walls of the American Rust Belt, a profound metamorphosis is occurring. We are witnessing a journey from the manual sparks of the 1960s to the sterile, quantum precision labs of 2026. This isn't just a car restoration, it's an investigation into the evolution of industrial might itself. From the peak of Fordism to the rise of physical AI, we are opening the industrial time capsule. We found this Mustang in Moraine, Ohio, a town that was once the very heartbeat of American prosperity. This specific car was likely a common sight when Dayton was an industrial titan. But to bring a legend back in 2026, we need more than just wrenches and grease. We need physical AI, the new bridge that allows machines to perceive, model, and act within our physical environment. As we scan this chassis, we aren't just looking at damage. We are feeding 60 years of decay into a system that understands the original physics of the machine. The restoration begins not with a hammer, but with a digital resurrection. To understand what this Mustang represents, we have to look at the factory that built the world it lived in. In 1951, the Moraine assembly plant opened its doors. It started by making Frigidaire appliances, refrigerators and air conditioners, before pivoting to the trucks and SUVs that defined the American road. This was the era of the Fordist ideal: high wages, lifelong union protection, and a symbiotic relationship between corporate success and middle-class prosperity. At its peak, this site employed 12,000 workers. Back then, the slogan was simple: what was good for General Motors was good for America. A worker here could earn the equivalent of $29 an hour. It was a world built by hand, where the pride of manual labor was the cornerstone of the community. Now watch the transition from total disrepair back to factory new. Using specifications retrieved from the Baker Library archives, we machined every replacement component to a repeatability of 0.025 millimeters. This is the standard of 2026, a level of precision once reserved for aerospace, now delivered by modern collaborative robotics. Notice how the laser cleaning system dissolves decades of rust in a shower of blue sparks, revealing the honest steel underneath. We are reconstructing the 1965 Soul with 2026 accuracy. This is the satisfying magic of the machine, a perfect marriage of vintage design and software-defined automation. While we restore the past, the factory of the present has become a battlefield of competing ideologies. In 2014, the Chinese Fuyao Group bought the abandoned Moraine plant, promising a resurrection. But the good mood quickly curdled. American workers, used to individual rights and safety protections, clashed with a Chinese management style defined by military-style discipline and hyper-efficiency. Managers even joked about duct taping the mouths of talkative Americans. The friction escalated into a global headline in 2024 when federal agents raided the facility. An investigation into a $126 million illegal staffing network revealed a shadowy labor pool of undocumented workers being transported in private vans to keep the lines moving. Today, as Chairman Cao Dewang passes the reins to his son, Cao Hui, the facility is a testament to communal capitalism, where the point of living is to work, and the human worker is increasingly viewed as a liability to be replaced by machines. Look at the descendant of our legend, the 2026 Ford Mustang. It is no longer just a machine, it is a computer on wheels. Today's megafactories, like the Samsung site in Taylor, Texas, look more like space stations than assembly lines. Spanning nearly 5 million square meters, these plants use EUV lithography machines costing $339 million each to print the 2-nanometer chips that drive our world. But the real evolution of muscle is hidden. Because of the AI boom, horsepower is being replaced by megawatts. Massive plants like Ford's in Kentucky are being modified to produce energy storage systems, ESS. As AI data centers create a desperate hunger for power, the same facilities that once built V8 engines are now building the battery modules that feed the digital brain of the world. This reindustrialization is powered by the One Big Beautiful Bill, a law that allows companies to write off 100% of their automation costs in a single year. And finally, she is ready. From a rusted heap abandoned in an Ohio barn to this, polished, refined, and screaming with the soul of 1965, but built with the precision of the future. Technology changes, from manual presses to quantum chips, but the pursuit of excellence is a legacy that never dies. The industrial time capsule is open. What legend should we pull out next? Subscribe and let's find out.